Hello there and welcome to the Card Grotto. Today I've got my crafty favourites of 2017 to share with you. So let's get started. First of all, I've got the Clearly Besotted Tiny Type stamp set here. I absolutely love this stamp set. As you can see, you've got loads of different sentiments in it for loads of different occasions. I really like just the simple font of this, and they're quite small sentiments as well, so they work with loads of different cards. This is one of the cards that I used it on. I used the Happy Anniversary sentiment, as you can see, and I also used the Kiss Me Quick stamp set from Clearly Besotted for that card. Next up is the MFT Snow Globe sentiment set. I use this a lot for my Christmas cards this year, especially that Merry Christmas sentiment, but you can use it just for all round winter cards as well, so you've got like the merriest wishes, warmest wishes and things like that. Again, I really love the simple font on this, and it's a really nice size as well. So here I used the sentiment there, white embossed onto a black cardstock strip. Next up is the Clearly Besotted Make-A-Wish stamp set. Absolutely love this large magnolia image, and you've got some really lovely sentiments in this set as well in different sizes. You've got the larger font and then the smaller ones to accompany it as well. And one of my favourite cards that I made this year was this card here, coloured in those magnolias with Polychromos pencils, and I did actually use the sentiment there from the Tiny Type stamp set as well. Next up is the Clearly Besotted Sending Sunshine stamp set, another floral from Clearly Besotted. Absolutely love their florals, and I really love this sunflower set, and again you've got some lovely sentiments in this set as well. So for this one here, I did some watercolouring on the sunflowers and then did a little bit of ink blending in the background, which is a little bit different from me, but really like how that card came out. Next up is the MFT Bitty Bears stamp set. Just an absolutely adorable set. As you can see, you've got all the different bears. I really like that they're small as well, and again that you can use them for loads of different occasions because they're all in different poses and different things. And I love the sentiments at the top. Again, really nice font and quite nice size of those sentiments as well. I don't have that many samples to share with you because I've used it a few times but haven't actually shared the cards, but this is one of them using that snow globe sentiment set as well. Actually really love those cute little bears. Next up for dies is the Studio Katia Dotted Pattern Scallop frame. I was actually sent this from Studio Katia when I guest designed, and I absolutely love it. I really love this dotted detail in these panels here, in these dies, and then with this larger panel you actually get a little tiny thin frame as well as the you know, the actual panel if you wanted to use it as a panel. And I really love that you can use these, the positive and the negative portions of them as well, because you've got the dotted detail on both sides, which is really nice. And I did actually use them for a few cards. This one here I used the negative portion, really liked how to make that little window there with some distress inks in the background, and this uses that large die as a positive die, which is really nice. So next up is the Clearly Besotted Tag Along set. Love this set, one of my favourites. As you can see, you've got the 3 different types of tags, the different shapes, and then you've got different things that you can add inside. So you've got like different shapes that you can add in, like the rectangle, the square and the heart, which you can die cut from the tag, or you can add different layers onto it. You can use those different shapes. You can cut the bottoms off. You can do loads of different things with this die set. I really love it, and I used that here on one of these tags. I cut out the rectangle from the tag and added a bit of paper behind it, and this one here just uses the tag on its own, the shape tag. Really love those tags. Next up are the MFT Stitched A2 Rectangle Stitched Stax dies. So set 1 is on the right hand side and set 2 is on the left hand side. I was sent the set 2 from MFT when I guest designed with them, and I had to go out and buy the set 1 just because I love them so much. And as you can see, if you have both sets, you've got basically every size of stitched rectangle you could ever need. I really love the stitching detail on these, and I really love that they don't come connected with the wire, so you haven't got to cut them out or anything like that. They're all done for you. Really love these, and I'm going to be using them a lot in 2018, I can imagine. So really love those. Next up, along the same kind of lines, are the Hero Arts Nesting Infinity dies. I am on the design team for Hero Arts, or the creative team, I apologise, that's what they call it, for Hero Arts, and so I've used these a lot for those cards, but I had the circles and the rectangles before I actually joined the team, and since then I've been using all of the others. I especially love the tags and the hearts, and there's just so many different types. Really like them, and they're just so versatile. And as you can see, again, they come apart, so they don't come with the wire attached attached, but you get loads of different sizes, especially in that rectangle set, and they're really great value for money. Next up are stencils. I really love using the Hero Art stencils this year, especially for embossing, and this one here is the spiral stencil. Really love the design on this, and I used it on a card for embossing. And I just think it's really great to use with, again, for loads of different occasions really. They're just really versatile, the stencils. Like I said, here I used it to emboss on the white card base. Just really nice just to give some added detail to a white card base, or any colour actually. Next two stencils are these ones from MFT, and they are the Cloud Stencil and the Drifts and Hills. So this one here is the Drifts and Hills, and as you can see, you can use it for loads of different things, for snowbanks, for hills, for drifts, anything you possibly want to. You can ink above it, or you can mask off above it and ink below it, if that makes sense. Just really great, amazing stencils. I really love them. And this one here is the Cloud. Obviously you can use it for clouds, but you can turn it upside down and use it for waves as well, which is really great. Again, I just absolutely love these stencils. I can't say enough about these. They're absolutely genius stencils. So this first card here uses the Cloud stencil as actually clouds, how it probably was intended to be used. And then this one here is using it for waves, which is really great, and like I said, really great versatile die there, or stencil, I do apologise. And this one here is the Drift and Hills, and I really love that for snowbanks in particular this Christmas. Next up are Ranger alcohol inks. Absolutely loved using those this year. Kind of discovered them, although they've been out for a long time. Discovered them sort of towards the beginning of the year and really loved using them, especially like using them with the alcohol blending solution. These are the Ranger ones. And yeah, I just really love all the different colours. The Aquas are kind of my favourite, I have to say, but really loved all the different colours. And I really like using them with the alcohol Yupo paper from Ranger. It's a really nice paper, quite white in colour, and also quite a nice thickness as well. And they come in those 5x7 sheets. But I also discovered Lana paper towards the end of this year, and it's basically a similar paper to Yupo, a polypropylene paper, and this is made in France, and really enjoyed using that as well. And I've got one sample to share with you using alcohol inks. This is probably again one of my favourite cards of the year. I just really like how smooth that background came out with the alcohol inks for that sea there. Next up is a storage item. This is a nail polish holder, and I really loved using it to hold my Ranger ink blending tools in. And this was kindly sent to me from a friend in Canada. I haven't been able to find anywhere in the UK that sells them, but hopefully there are some places that sell them that are large enough to fit the Ranger tools in. But I believe that my friend got it from Walmart. And so I labelled all of my ink blending tools, and as you can see, I've got the stickers there on the inside and also on the tools themselves, and they come from the Ranger website. Just really liked that I can use the tools and then pop them back in there and not have to change the sponges each time. They are just for my most used colours though. Next up is the Tonic Easy Clean Matte. Really enjoyed using that this year. I do have the Ranger one as well, which I really like, but this one here has got a non-stick surface on the back, which is really great, so you can't really move it once it's down, but obviously it picks up really easily as well. Really like that it's a white colour, so you can see the true colour of the inks. So I especially like this for ink blending or ink smushing or anything like that. And I keep it in the tube there as well, which is great. Next up is the Nouveau Crystal Glaze from Tonic. Really love this. I was actually sent this as a present from a friend and fell in love with it basically. It's kind of like Glossy Accents, the same kind of concept in that it's kind of like a crystal glaze. It comes out of the bottle really easily, especially more so than the Ranger one, and you barely have to touch the bottle for it to come out, which is really great. I really love the crystal finish of this. It's completely crystal clear. It dries a little bit quicker than Glossy Accents. Not that I really want to compare the two, because I do still like Glossy Accents, but really love that crystal glaze. And then next up is the Tonic Nouveau Craft Spoon. I promise you this video is not sponsored by Tonic, but I've loved a lot of their products this year. Really like this spoon. As you can see, it's got the two different ends. I've used it quite a lot for glitter, but you can use it for embossing powder as well, and it's really good just if you want to move little things from one place to another, like jewels or something like that. Really liked using this spoon. Next up for another tool is the Amavi Jewel Picker. Really love this. I wasn't going to give it high hopes before I bought it because it's really inexpensive, but actually for me personally it works really well. So you've got the two different ends there that are sticky, and I really love that they've got caps on the end so that they don't get like covered in dust or anything like that. But I believe if they lose their stickiness you can run it underwater and it kind of revives it. And I've been using it a lot with the Lucy's Little Things Rainbow Jewels and the Ice Cube Jewels. I've particularly really like the Ice Cube Jewels this year. They're completely clear, which is really nice, so you can use them on loads of different designs of cards and things like that. But as you can see, the jewel picker just picks them up really well. I tend to use the smaller end more than the bigger end, but they just pick up really nicely, and then you can place that into a dab of glue. And as you can see, those Ice Cube Jewels are basically almost crystal clear. Really nice, and like I said, really enjoyed using those this year. And then last but not least, although I didn't buy them this year, are the Misties. I've got the mini Misty and the original size Misty. And the reason that I'm mentioning them this year, even though I didn't buy them this year, is just because I've been using them so much this year, and I've just really loved them basically. So I've also bought the creative corners this year, which I've really enjoyed using, and then also that bar magnet there at the top, and I got that one from Amazon. That's not the Misty one, but really like it. And they just sit on my desk, and I've, like I said, been using them a lot this year. And I use the mini Misty the most, probably for sentiments and things like that, but I also use the original size Misty a lot for background stamps, which I've really been using a lot this year again. And this creative corner here, I love it for lining up sentiments. So yeah, really enjoyed using the Misties this year. And I do just have to mention my cases. These were made for me, handmade by my friend Ruth, who's crafting while the baby naps over here on YouTube, and I will have a link to her because I absolutely love those cases that she made for me, and she's been selling some of them as well. So if you like the look of them, do pop over and speak to her about them. So that was a look at my crafty favourites of 2017. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Links to the products will be in the description bar on YouTube and also over on my blog. And I hope to have a lot more videos to share with you in 2018. Happy New Year to you.